Hey guys, SFP here, and welcome to my second video of the FIFA 16 demo. Now, with this video, I'm actually going American here, and I'm going to choose the Seattle Sounders. And I'm going to face River Plate, if I'm not mistaken, kind of to give an even footing here for both teams. And obviously, since I didn't do so well last game, if you guys remember the 3-0 loss I had against Real Madrid while playing Chelsea, I'm actually going to lower the level to the level that I will be using for my Road to Glory Career Mode with Fulham, which will be world class. And like I said, I'm going to make a couple changes here because I don't know why they have this set up for the Seattle Sounders. Excuse me. And I guess before I continue, guys, obviously I'm a big MLS fan, and so one of the reasons I chose the Sounders was because I want to see what one of the better teams in MLS has in store in this game, and I also want to see the stadium CenturyLink Field, which is the second stadium from MLS to be in the games, and that's very exciting, guys. I'm hoping this becomes a trend here as we see more MLS teams get their stadiums here. And to be honest, I'm not a big Seattle Sounders fan. As a DC United fan, I know back in the day, and I don't know if any Sounders guys are watching, or gals, excuse me, are watching this, but I actually had issues with them with the whole debacle with the Open Cup a couple years back, when they basically wanted the rights to host it in their stadium, and financially speaking, that would have been a better option. It would have made more sense. But considering that DC was the reigning champion of the U.S. Open Cup that year, I think it was fair enough that we got the right to host, and that's just that. And I know a lot of Seattle Sounders fans I would disagree, but hey, that's kind of my 2 cents here. And so I kind of dislike them in certain aspects, but I guess one of them being the arrogance that some other fans have, and if basically I'm gonna get shitted for that, that's fine, guys. If Seattle Sounders fans are watching about that, and obviously if you fans feel that I'm dissing your team, then feel free to give me shit on the comment section. That's gonna be fine, guys, because I know if people gave DC United were talking crap about DC United, I would do the same thing. And obviously that's the passion of the fan, and what I mean by arrogance, it can be a good thing and a bad thing. I think that it's a necessary thing, judging by this league that we have at the moment, this very young league. We need many types of fans, just kind of like in a soccer team. You need the bruiser, even though the bruisers obviously people would basically classify them as anti-football, anti-soccer, basically the dirty play. But I think you need that. You need the dirty parts of the game. And so we need arrogant fans as well, people, and there's a reason for Seattle Sounders fans being, let's use a different word than overconfident. Let's use that one. That one has a better connotation, anyways. And there's a reason Seattle Sounders fans are very overconfident in their team, and they should be. They have a very quality team. They've won trophies, I guess. The U.S. Open Cup. They're actually up there as one of the most successful clubs, winning the U.S. Open Cup, if I'm not mistaken. They actually won, if I remember correctly, with my MLS history, they've won 4 out of the last 5, or 4 out of the last 6, something to that extent. I know they've had a very good dominance in the U.S. Open Cup. However, MLS playoffs haven't been too kind to them. They've managed to do fairly well in the last edition, actually, but generally speaking, they haven't exactly shown up, so to speak. And if I'm gonna get dissed for that as well, then feel free to leave that in the comment section, guys. But like I said, the overconfidence, and to a certain extent, I think my dislike for the Seattle Sounders fans comes from the fact that their attendance is just amazing. There's a bit of jealousy in there for you guys watching. Obviously, that's one of the things that they can pride themselves in, the fact that they sell out their crowds. They have a big attendance in their home games, and like I said, that adds kind of to the dislike because of that little bit of jealousy that certain, I guess, teams may have, or players may have, or fans may have. I know, speaking for myself, I'm a little bit jealous, especially because UCLA had such a passionate, and I guess I should say not passionate, but but they have such a passionate, I can't even speak right now, sorry guys. They have such a passionate fan base, but it's not as it used to be back in the days of Raul Diaz-Arce or Marco Echeverri, or even Jaime Moreno back in the day. That kind of DC United Those days are gone, unfortunately, and I'm kind of jealous that I didn't quite enjoy it because at the time of that great dynasty that DC United had, I was but a mere child, so I didn't quite get to enjoy it. I don't have too many memories of those days, but I do. The basically the only MLS Cup win I remember is the one in 2001. I think that was the year when when DC United won against excuse me, not Sporting Kansas City, the Kansas City Wizards back in that day. Um, that's basically the only MLS Cup I remember seeing, and I believe Freddie Adu was in that one as well. But anyways, going back to this game, guys, and I do apologize for not kind of focusing on the game. That's kind of my style, unfortunately, and I don't know if you guys like it or not. I typically don't do too much commentating for the fact that I honestly feel I'm not exactly the best at it. And so typically what I like to do with these videos is while you guys are watching, obviously I'll commentate here and there, but typically, like I said, guys, I want to have a conversation with you guys. That's kind of the way I want my channel to be. I kind of want to converse. I kind of want to add a little tidbit, a couple bit of tidbits here, and I kind of want to engage with you guys that way and see, I guess, what you guys' opinions are. Whether or not you disagree with the things I have to say, please feel free to let me know. Um, like I said, in mentioning here, the Seattle Sounders Stadium, Century Lake Field, used to be called Quest, if I'm not mistaken, Quest Field. It looks amazing, guys, actually. It looks exactly like it does on TV. And I guess continuing with the trend of uh, stadiums here, which one do you guys think is next? For those of you guys who watch MLS, which stadium do you think would be the obvious next choice? I actually have two at the moment, and one is basically just because of how beautiful the stadium is, and that would be Red Bull Arena. And it's kind of hard to say, considering I am a DC United fan, and I know I've mentioned that many times before, but I'm mentioning this right now because I'm praising the Red Bulls for their beautiful stadium. The second one that comes to mind at the moment would be the StubHub Center, usually, or it used to be known as the Home Depot Center. I still call it the Home Depot Center, to be honest. I still call the Dallas Stadium Pizza Hut Park. It's just one of those things that I don't like about MLS stadiums at the moment in this league. It's just the fact that the sponsors tend to change, and so the club, excuse me, not the club. What a great opportunity there at Seattle Sounders that we had actually. Um, but anyways, that's one of those things about the stadiums that I don't like. The fact that the sponsorship changes and so the name changes. It's really frustrating, especially now that Pizza Hut Park has changed into Toyota Park. And so we have a Toyota, uh, what's the Chicago Fire Stadium name? Toyota Stadium, and now we have Toyota Park. So we have two stadiums sponsored by Toyota, which is completely fine. I'm fine with Toyota sponsoring two MLS clubs or two stadiums, but the fact that their names are both Toyota, that's where I have an issue there, because it adds to somewhat of confusion. Obviously, for us MLS fans and people who watch the league frequently, or fairly frequently, that doesn't seem to be too much of a hassle, because we're so involved in the league. And what a great opportunity by Martins, and what a weak shot. Like I said, guys, I'm still adjusting here. I guess maybe I should have held the B button a little tougher there, or I guess it's not a B button technically because it's the Xbox, but you guys know, I mean, it's a PS4, guys, but you know what I mean by the B button. At least I hope you guys know what I mean. And what a close shot there that River Plate had. And anyways, guys, like I said, I'm not too fond of the sponsorship stadium names, which is why I wish they would kind of just settle on one name, kind of like, Santiago Bernabeu, and I guess those are named specifically for people, and maybe I'm hoping at some point we get to established stadium names, but who knows, guys? Money runs things, and so that's probably not going to change in the near future. But anyways, guys, like I was saying before, which MLS stadiums do you think will be the next obvious ones to go into the next FIFAs to come? Please let me know in the comment section down below. Like I said, I think Red Bull Arena would be a great stadium to have, and also the StubHub Center as well. And so now that I'm done chin-chatting, guys, let's focus a little bit more here on the game. And we see a great shot here by the forward, I believe, from River Plate. And what a great save there by Stefan Fry, who is a long way from Toronto FC. And speaking about Toronto FC, guys, and I know I'm going to kind of branch out here a little bit. Toronto FC actually is so close to getting into the playoffs for the first time, and it's fairly exciting, guys. I know there's a stat there that I see, and what a great save there again by Stefan Fry. There's a stat there that says that Toronto FC has like a 90 something percent chance of making the playoffs, and for one, I'm happy that the chance there is so high. However, I don't want to focus on the stat for the sheer fact that Toronto have actually had previous seasons where they've been so close and have missed it by a few points, and so I kind of don't want to count the chickens before they hatch, so to speak. And I don't know if there's any Toronto fans watching at the moment. How do you feel about your odds of getting into the playoffs? I mean, to be honest, I think you guys will make it. But still, it's one of those mentality things where like you've been there before, you've been so close, and yet it's taken away from you in the last couple of games of the season. You know that mentality there, that kind of makes you question whether or not the possibility is as probable as it actually should be. So let me know what you guys think, or any MLS fans in general. What do you guys think of the chances of Toronto FC? Now I know they haven't been very successful in their last couple of games. They recently lost to New York City FC, actually, a team that they should have won, to be honest. And I know they have Pirlo, I know they have Lampard, and I know they have David Villa. But that team, New York City FC, is right now very inconsistent. There doesn't seem to be a lot of chemistry, to be completely honest. And you may say, oh, it's a the first year of the franchise and stuff like that. But with a coach like Jason Kreis, you expect a little more. And I know it's not all on him; it's more on the front office here, and the fact that they kind of have final choice into deciding which player they will basically get that season. And there's many people that are saying that the Pirlo choice was, had nothing to do with Jason Christ, and I actually fully agree with that. But I mean, the pieces that they have, and what a great save there again by Stefan Fry. And I think my goalkeepers are going to be my man of the matches for every single game, possibly. But the fact that Jason Christ, he has the pieces to do it. I don't know. I guess maybe the pressure's maybe too much for him. Maybe the fact that he kind of had a hiatus there for a while, it kind of hindered or put his coaching prowess in pause, so to speak. Maybe that's the issue here. And unfortunately, here in the last few minutes of the game, we were going for the tie, guys, and I was very excited because I thought maybe, just maybe, I could get some sort of result out of this. But unfortunately, no. Um, we get taken at the last couple minutes of the game here. And a header that was basically a freebie there because no one was blocking him. There was no center back marking him at all, and he just takes it easy as pie, that kind of stuff. It's just very frustrating, but like I said, guys, it's going to be growing pains from now on, and so hopefully the worst will kind of appear, or basically be at the beginning of the season, and I'll kind of settle in the game as the season progresses here. And I believe here we get called for offsides. At least this is better than the Chelsea-Madrid game that I showed you guys previously. I can at least pride myself in that it's only been a one-goal game, although we could have gone for the tie, and that would have been a great result in my opinion, because technically River Plate are the better team here, and what a close opportunity there again by the striker from River Plate. But that will be the end of the game, guys. Please follow me on Twitter at SFP Soccer Show. Subscribe to my channel. Give this video a like. And check out my other channel called Soccer Fan Perspective. Until next time, guys, see you all later.